the main foods that they eat there are noodles and rice and meat, mainly milanesas, I would say. So generally it would be some sort of pasta dish, but if it was gonna have a meat to it, it would be a milanesa, which is where they just take the meat and they tenderize it, and then they'll put it in a breadcrumb mixture with egg yolk, and then they'll fry that, and so it comes out breaded meat, and that was always very good. They do like a lot of fried foods. Anytime they cook something on the stove, they always put in a lot of oil, and they fry it up really well. Uh, they use a lot of oil. I remember talking to this one lady who she owned a very small store. They call them almacenes, and she would make pizzas, and their pizzas would always just consist of bread with tomato sauce on it, and then the cheese was always extra, and it generally didn't come with cheese. So when they talk about pizza, it'd just be bread with this tomato sauce on top. And so she would feed her family and then run this small store on the side. But she would go through uh, over a gallon of oil each week, and she'd just use it on everything. I remember this one missionary telling me about. He was with our war mission leader, having lunch with him, and they were eating something called polenta, which is, I guess it's some sort of corn mush. I don't know. And so it doesn't have flavor really. It's just kind of like this mushy stuff made out of corn, I think. And so they sit down to eat, and the war missionary takes a bite, and he's like, "Oh, this isn't quite right. He's missing something." And he goes and grabs this liter of oil and just starts pouring it all over his polenta, and just mixed it in. He's like, "All right, there, that's the stuff," and just started eating it. And that was very common. They use oil as just a general fixer upper for their foods, I guess. If the rice didn't turn out super well, they put oil on it. They put quite a bit of oil on the rice sometimes. Another thing, something actually I really did like was the mayonnaise there. Their mayonnaise is different from the States somehow. It has a different flavor. I don't know, but um, it just tastes better. And they use it like we would use ketchup. They use it on on just kind of anything. If they need some sort of sauce or any sort of topping or any sort of condiment for a food, it would generally be mayonnaise. That was their go-to condiment, and they would put it on their rice. They just have mayonnaise and rice. They put mayonnaise on hamburgers. I saw it as a pizza topping one time, just mayonnaise. Uh, and it was actually, I really began to enjoy eating mayonnaise and rice. It was actually very good. I wouldn't eat it in the States because the mayonnaise is different, but the mayonnaise there in Uruguay is actually really good. They would always sell big bags of mayonnaise just with the little squeezable top, or you just squeeze it out, and then yeah. So at the grocery stores, you'd always see the they would have at least half of the aisles devoted to oil, pasta, and mayonnaise, and rice, maybe. Like just those four things would just cover up like a good chunk of the grocery store.